guys, and welcome to your March 2021 reading. We are going to be taking a look at how you and your love interests are feeling for this month. We are entering Pisces season, so I do want to go over just a couple different little notes so you are aware and that you can use the most benefit of the energy of Pisces this month. I am going to use several decks while we go look into love. We're going to really dive in because Pisces season is overall a very sentimental and very compassionate type of energy for the month. We're really able to look beyond kind of some of those surface situations, and some of those dreamy vibes, even for the most cynical person, can really start to come out, and you can just kind of get an opportunity to really enter into that world and explore some of your emotions and kind of get your senses going into all of that. I really want to point out that your intuition and your ability to tap into that and experience those serendipities and those coincidences are going to be kind of striking this month. I mean, you're really going to stand out, and you're going to have an opportunity to either acknowledge them and realize that this is really something, or you can ignore them. I would definitely recommend doing some periodic reality checks. That would be wise, especially if it includes money or wellness or love or any of those things. Just make sure you're kind of coming from a very practical standpoint. Keeping your third eye chakra open is going to be very important, because it does involve communication and creativity. Well, not as much communication, but it does involve a clear connection, almost on an intuitive and spiritual level. So you want to keep that flowing, and it's really it does have more to do with that intuitive type of sense. So if you feel like you need to get that open, if you feel like you have a blockage there, we can definitely look into that, so you can reach out and ask me about that. Lots of water this month, you guys. I can't even stress that enough. It is, for whatever reason, it just definitely stands out this month to try to keep that flow, going. You definitely want to keep your channels open and keep your body in the best health possible. And definitely sit down with a notebook if you start noticing you guys have dreams, or these repetitive types of situations, or things are just kind of, you try to put the puzzle pieces together. Start writing the puzzle pieces down so that you can really do that at some point that you feel comfortable. At this point, just let it go. If you got some grudges you're holding on to, some things that you just kind of governs how you feel and how you're doing things and how you're applying your energy, really take a moment and reflect on that, identify it, and just get it out the door. It's really the perfect time to release that. Pisces season and energy can certainly illuminate some of those things, and you really don't want to fall victim to that mentality, as opposed to just kind of rising above that and dealing with the change that needs to take place. Other than that, allow yourself to romanticize, let go, and just allow this. It can be intense, the Pisces season, so you might as well make the most of it in a romantic way, to where you not only can kind of have this glamour shine to those around you, and the person that you do have a love interest in, they can kind of see that a little bit softer side of you, that you kind of open up your heart space and open up that ability to communicate and get on that same page. If that's the other person that needs to be doing that, you can expect a little bit more of that coming from them. Overall, it's going to be much better to come out of that shell and to not be, hard-nosed to it, or criticizing yourself or the possibilities and the potential of the relationship. Okay, so just keep the vibes high and allow yourself to just kind of deepen that connection with the person that you're interested in. Okay, so we have a couple things that we're going to look at this month: how they feel about you, kind of understanding where some of those blockages are, why you might be feeling the way that you've been feeling. We're going to dive into some strategies that can help and kind of identify what's out of balance, and get you the most information that you can possibly use to get your relationship and love life in the exact position that you'd like it to be. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll see how things are looking for you. All right, Scorpios, let's take a look and see how the person you are interested in feels about you, and then we'll get into how you're feeling and things we need to address, okay? So, for March 2021, how is Scorpio's person of interest feeling about them? The Wheel of Fortune. Wondering where this can go. Wondering how you're feeling about moving forward. The Sun card. Everyone's getting the Sun card, but you, Scorpio, have it in the upright position as opposed to everybody else. So, obviously, this person that you're interested in wants to know if you're interested in them, if this is going to move forward, if this is going to be a big change, a serendipitous a serendipitous type of, development in their life. How and where can this go, right? Very interested, in other words, I can see. Very interested. They're wondering if you are feeling the same way as well. So you may have been a little bit distant or cut off on, your true feelings on things while you decide what it is that you want. If this is something that you want to put your energy and attention into, staying practical and realistic, but less, emotional. But then we get to feeling kind of that needing to clarify things. You need things to be straightforward. You need things to be really ahead of the game here. As long as you're kind of one step ahead, you're feeling comfortable about this, but that's coming off a little bit standoffish to the other person is what I'm kind of sensing there. They're wanting to move forward. You're not exactly giving the clear, let's make this happen kind of energy. All right, so help me understand, why you're feeling this way. Let's get an idea. Let's pull out a card. All right, speaking the language of love. So maybe you're a little bit cut off on giving that connection to the other person. You feel something going on. Maybe that's kind of scary for you, and you're wondering, what does this mean? Maybe it's been a while since you've had a connection like that with somebody. Consider your foundation and your commitment to love, and I love you. These words are powerful. So honestly, Scorpio, it looks to me like you've met somebody that could have a lot of potential, and it's kind of scaring the hell out of you, and you're not really sure how to view this. So these cards are saying, look at yourself in this. Are you ready for a commitment? How committed are you coming after this person? There could be some serious potential love here. You need to look at how committed you even are to the relationship compared to what you desire and what you want. And speaking the language of love is something that you're very keen in doing. However, you're a little bit cut off depending on who that's going to. So this is a lot of self-reflection. This is you taking a moment to decide how and what to do with this energy. Take a look at the imbalance that's taking place, okay? Or what it is that you really need to leave behind compared to that. So if there's a lover that you're connected to, or a soul connection that you thought that was going to last forever, or, this idea of what the perfection was, you really need to stop and take a look at really what is it that you deserve, and how did that even really conspire? Has that worked out for you so far? Is it something that's brought you, your ultimate truth and allowed you to just live in that way and feel comfortable with who you are, delivering that solid foundation, right? Okay, so that one I don't think is the one that did that for you. However, it's influencing the new opportunities that can come into your life, and that's a bit of a problem. It's a problem because it does not allow you to open the door equally to new opportunities, and that's it can have a negative influence on ultimately what's coming into your life. The card that came out was responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So that was flipped upside down. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to take it out because it was a little bit different than the rest, and it does make sense in this reading on taking responsibility, acknowledging, identifying, where that past energy came from and how that applies to today will make a difference. Let's take a look at the imbalance, what's going on. Priorities. So you may not be giving this too much priority, whoever this is, or even the idea of having a relationship. Or maybe you're just kind of in your own way of letting the universe produce this own natural rhythm of where this relationship can go. So take responsibility for your feelings, for your emotions, and that will allow you to open up to see what the possibilities are for the future with this particular person of interest, or whoever it is that's trying to come into your existence. Some strategies on how you can create this balance, and how you can create peace within these imbalances. And this is taking a moment to not only recognize and be okay, at peace with where you're at, with what you've come through and what you've been through. Those are moments where you, rather than holding on to the past, rather than holding on to letting somebody else be the one that has to feel like they're the reason or the blame, all these things that you could say have an influence in why you're you are where you are. But at the end of the day, being grateful for where you are, letting the rest go, and just moving forward is really where your attention and intention needs to be. That's where you will unblock. That's where you'll get past those, and that's where you'll find most of your, the potential to move forward. Forgive and be able to activate the power of love to release past hurts and to move forward and give yourself a chance to enjoy what life has to offer as opposed to being stuck in the past, okay? At the bottom of the deck, that's also flipped upside down, love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Obviously a message that you needed to hear. So let go of what it is that's not developing and manifesting, because that could delay what is trying to manifest for you in your life, okay? If you want to look at your personal situation, feel free to let me know. All the information on how to book a reading is down below. Otherwise, have a great month. Much love to you guys. We'll see you next month.